What up, Kokios? I'm still getting everything set up here. Give me just uno momento. Uno momento. It's hot in Topeka. It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Hot. It's hot in Topeka. Hot. Hot in Topeka. What's up, Windows, over on Twitch? Hold on here. Things are going well today. Things are going okay today. Things are going okay today. I worked a little bit earlier, and then I went to go work out. And then I pretty much rushed home because I wanted to get ready for the stream. And then I got some stuff done. And now we're here. What's up, David? How am I doing the day before New Year's Eve? I'm doing great. Whenever you become, I will say this, whenever you become just so, like, because whenever you get older, you just, well, you're my age, David, but whenever you get, like, super busy, a lot of holidays, like, just blend together. You know, it's almost like the day, like, it's just like the days. So, like, I'm trying to prepare for New Year's Eve and New Year's, but for me, it's just like, I just have so much going on, you know, that it's like, it's like I can't even celebrate. So a lot of times, a lot of years, a lot of the holidays just kind of blend into normal days. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm hoping to, I'm actually hoping to go over Alex's, actually, for New Year's Eve. We're probably going to chill, hang out. What's up, Ryan? I'm doing okay. How are you, Ryan? Oh, thank you, Cookie House. Hey, Brick City over on Twitch. What's up, Spike? What's up, Mike? I got that deep dive into Adult Swim video ready to rock. We can go ahead and jump into this one.
There are truly only a few constants in the
It's probably going to have to
human
reload. Here it
experience.
goes.
We all die, we all poop, and we all got scared shitless as a child because we left the TV on Cartoon Network a little bit too long, and at 10 p.m. that weird guy from Robot Chicken got on the screen, and it was terrifying. Why was he so scary? Adult Swim. Love it or hate it, it has had a massive impact on American culture for the past 21 years. That's right, 21 years. This sin fest of adult animation has been rocking its way on a children's entertainment network
Good to hear,
for as
Ryan.
long as a human being has to live to drink. But when Adult Swim debuted, adult animation wasn't like a new idea. In 1972, the X-rated film Fritz the Cats made like $90 million worldwide. You had The Simpsons, which first aired in 1989, and I think it's still going. I haven't checked in a little bit. And in 2005, South Park won the Peabody Award, which is insane, but it's proof that, you know, this wasn't new. But what sets apart Adult Swim from other channels? Well, I guess not channel. It's a programming block. But what sets it apart isn't its notable longevity or its, you know, tendency to shock audiences. It was its ability to create its own space to showcase alternative voices and ideas under one roof. Its ability to bring outsider art to the mainstream. And its ability to, for some reason, not worry about making any money while doing the first two things. Welcome to Adult Swim, one of the most important cultural touchstones of American modern television. So before we dive into Adult Swim, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot of swimming puns in this one, we need to take a little trip into an insane world.
Doing good,
known
Windows.
as
How are you?
The 1990s. Some of you kids
What's up,
have only
Hatzog?
been alive for years that start with a 2 and a 0. So
An
let
action
me
figure
tell
of
you
the
about
doctor
90s
from,
as
or the
an
scientist
expert
from
on
Robot
the
Chicken. Yeah.
decade. Quarter operated phone booths, littered street corners, which is crazy because not only were you making literal phone calls in public in boxes, but you also had to have quarters on you all the time, which is weird to me. Pizza Hut was a sit-down
Neither
restaurant.
one of those
They also
coins
had
in that
these
hand
really
was a
cool lamps
quarter.
that I cannot find for the life of me. I want one so goddamn bad. Games like Doom and Quake were giving sexless men with no
Oh, you didn't know stop
aspiration
motion like
life
that. Oh, I
something
gotcha.
to do while they whittled away. And
Yeah,
cable
Checker Pass
TV
is
had
back.
grown from a novelty to a necessity. Originally, cable TV
Yeah,
was
Adult
something
Swim
for rich
action.
people
Yep.
to have to flex on the poors who were still using rabbit ears to get channels. But
Flex
then
on
in the
the
90s, cable
poors.
TV became a giant industry generating over $1 billion in ad revenue every year. And this bizarre backdrop of prosperity and ugly culture was the perfect pressure cooker for the insanity of Adult Swim. I had to read that one off the phone because that was a really hard full sentence to say and memorize. In the early 90s, cartoons were a far cry from what we know them as today. Instead of, you know, original shows that people know and love, it was really just mainly Hanna-Barbera reruns for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, Hanna-Barbera,
Yeah,
the
100%.
studio that was founded by the Tom and Jerry creators in the early 50s. And then they made a bunch of terribly animated shows like the Jetsons, Yogi Bear,
Terribly animated? I mean, I don't know if that's fair. Terribly animated? I don't know about that. These came out in like the 60s. Most of them. Or the 70s. I don't know if that's very fair. I mean, what was the animation standard back then? I don't think there really was one, and I think most of these people were making these shows on a very shoestring budget anyway. I don't think it was bad or it looked that way for any other reason. In fact, probably at the time they probably completed those episodes and were like, "Yeah, this looks great." They probably were.
Stones, like all those things. Fun fact, almost every
That's another thing too, by the way. I wish people wouldn't do is like I understand it's 2025 and we have things like Demon Slayer. Okay, Demon Slayer did not exist in 1950. You cannot say that animation that was created in 1950 is in poor quality because it doesn't compare to something like Demon Slayer that came out in 2025. You can't do that.
Hanna-Barbera character has a collar or something around their neck in their character design because it made it easier to animate their faces by just swapping out their heads completely. That has nothing to do with the video, but now you'll never be able to unsee it. But the rise of syndicated cable made it so Sunday cartoons were becoming less and less popular.
Hey, life goes on.
The kids are drinking Surge soda. And
I will
Future ice cream. They
a
don't got
suggestion on
time for no
animatics.
goddamn-
Oh, so I don't know if I responded to you unless you responded again. Let me see. Let me see here. I don't know why it won't let me. Oh, you did, I think. Or maybe that's my response. It was my response. Yes. So we do have an animatic up already. In fact, why don't we go ahead and watch it? We'll go ahead, well, I'll put this video on pause for a minute, and we'll go ahead and watch it. We have we got Life Goes On in the stream, who's wanting to see our animatic for par. So let's go ahead and watch it. This now, I will say, this animatic was made in 2022, and it's very outdated. That's why we're trying to raise money for the campaign. We're hoping to get a new animatic, but this is the animatic that we have available. We just recently shared it on the Indiegogo. The voice cast, again, this was 2022, so the voice cast is whoever the animators were at the time. So, very different cast.
Actually, approximately 97% of the students
Hey, K6 and BBC
seem to
fan.
be under the weather.
It's a good thing we skipped lunch. Must be the lunch lady. Yeah, I skipped lunch today too. I really didn't bring any money and my mom forgot to pack my lunch. I can't believe her. I was really craving that peanut butter jelly sandwich.
That's no fair. Just because you girls didn't eat anything doesn't mean I can't. If I have to be stuffed inside
There you go,
this
Ryan.
all day,
Nice.
The least you can do is provide me with food. I don't even get health care benefits living here.
Surge is great.
Quiet. You will eat when I say you can eat. Now sit
Agreed,
back and
David.
settle down until I go back there and make you.
Pa, you're not you and you're hungry. Here, eat it.
I can tell you everything that's changed, by the way. In this scene, this kid no longer exists in the actual story. This kid is replaced by that girl from earlier that made that comment.
Pa, you're not you and you're hungry. Here, eat it. Sorry, class. Today I'm not feeling well, so I've decided to play a movie for you until class is over.
You're 1,000% right, Kogias. You're 1,000% right. Because yes, like for example, the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons. Oh my God, that had some of the greatest animation. Dude, the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons that were made in the 1940s. Actually, I think they were technically made in 1939. Have almost better animation than exists today. You know, I don't think that's very fair because you're right though. It's a way higher budget. So, while yes, something like, Hanna-Barbera was definitely made 10, 15, 20 years later. So even though they had better technology, it still wasn't there, A, and B, it was just a lower budget. You know what I mean? They could only do so much.
It's not there. This is a bit out of the ordinary. You don't think he decided to skip, do you? As much as he hates English class, he wouldn't miss the chance to throw speedballs in the middle of a movie. I think there's something a bit more mysterious going on. Like what?
That's a great shot. The artist I had who did this was great.
Y todos les duele el estómago. As good as my grade is in Spanish, you know my conversational skills are still at the beginner level. Yeah, I forgot.
There's so much of this where it's just great shots. This is a great shot. Our original storyboard artist we unfortunately don't work with anymore, but she's great. What's up to Sean? She's just so busy these days.
Better come too, or else Miss Sanchez.
Look at all these shots. They all look so great.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be there soon, okay?
And classmates suggest I am the socially defined one.
There's definitely a spirit involved here. I did feel something in my stomach when we entered this confounded place this morning. I assumed it was just your mom's leftover tamales I ate for breakfast. But with Chang missing and everyone sick, something has to be going on. There is definitely a supernatural entity here. And by here, I mean they're close. Very close.
Ay, menina preciosa. Finally, we get the chance to meet.
They are
Yes,
currently
I can
KJS. They're currently
If you
existing,
hurt Chang or
coexisting.
anyone else, I swear I'll make you suffer. Let them go. I don't like to be rude on our first introductions, pero como sabes, I can't do that. The food
There's a lot of
I
changes,
have
Ryan.
eaten is slowly draining
This whole
their
thing is
energy and
this whole thing is only
stamina. Once their bodies become
6
weak
minutes.
enough,
The actual pilot is
I
going to be
just
about
need to
15.
keep my
So we've added a lot.
beautiful young full appearance. Young children at this age need to eat. Y old spirits my age need to eat them. Hora de comer.
His point was that Hanna-Barbera's content was made literally cheaper than all other television animation at those points. Well, but wait, I think his point was that Hanna-Barbera's content was made literally cheaper than all other television animation at those points. Are you saying that that when those Hanna-Barbera cartoons came out, that there was other animated projects on TV at the time that were also coming out at the time from other companies outside of Hanna-Barbera, and that the argument is that the Hanna-Barbera cartoons looked poor in comparison to other cartoons coming out at the time? Is that what you're saying his argument was? My thing with that is, like, I get that, and if that's his opinion, that's fine. But my thing with that is I don't know if that's necessarily fair to say, because it depends on how much money the companies gave each person. Now, if we can figure out on YouTube windows, if we can figure out for a fact that that Studio A and Studio B had the same budget, but both produced two different qualities of animation, then we could say,
Okay, I have
boo
been in a few
Hanna-Barbera,
food
right?
fights in my life.
That's
but
my
this
only
one
thing.
Takes the tres leches cake.
Hey, Smug, what's up, buddy? Great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. Naruto D&D. That sounds sick. That sounds awesome.
Dios, fea mama.
Sounds like a great idea. I'm having a great night, man. Dude, it sounds like you're having a better one, though. Naruto D&D. That sounds awesome.
They're just a bit tired. A day or two of good rest and they'll be...
Ryan with the $1 super chat. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Ryan, I do want to say, any donation you want to do in the future, please send the donation to here. Anyone who sends a donation to the Par Indiegogo will get one request. You guys remember requests? Do you guys want to go back to requests? Anyone who donates to the Indiegogo as low as $1 will get a request. And we'll watch it. Of any length. So long as it's not longer than half an hour. Okay, let's say that. So long as it's lower than half an hour. But any video request, if you donate at least $1 to the PAR campaign. I know everyone in chat loved requests, and I did take it away, but I'll bring it back. Anyone who wants to send a donation to the PAR Indiegogo as low as $1, and let me know you did it,
and wacky races. This
You
allowed
get
the
one
back
request.
catalog of Hanna-Barbera cartoons to drop in price so TBS could sweep them up, and then that
Oh,
eventually
David,
led to the creation
help
of
us get to
Cartoon Network
50,
in
man. You'll get to hear
1992.
it.
And it did pretty well.
It sounds
there
great.
was not a lot of places on cable TV for kids to go and watch shit, so it was filling a vacuum. However, it had one large problem
Thank
that
you,
other
Hoagias.
channels
I
did
appreciate
not
that.
have to deal with, and this problem is, of course, the fact that, let me see here, children are dorks
Wait.
who go to bed.
Did we even finish it? We did not finish it. Let me just finish it real quick.
Oh no, what time is it? We must have passed out after lunch. Oh,
And
man,
I'll go back to that video.
I'm so frazzled.
But just for, I remember that there was that one chatter who wanted to
Hi,
see
where were
the,
you? I was
the animatic.
We were worried sick.
Oh, you know, everyone was saying how they weren't feeling well, so I just had to get out of there. You know, I couldn't risk getting sick and all.
Oh, nice. I also got the complete series set of Dexter Slap. Not a bad release. I've seen worse.
I feel like, I have 3 different
How's the
prescriptions
Aqua
for
Teen
control
collection?
stomach pains and improve bowel movements. I recommend the 500 milligram tablets as they personally help me out when I'm feeling
Gracias,
like that.
yes, I'll take them.
There you go,
Thank you
Ryan.
very much, guys.
Here we go.
Lo siento.
This scene has remained almost the same, but I did add more dialogue.
That little girl is tougher than she appears to be. I underestimated her.
This scene was
It won't
fine. There was
happen
nothing
again.
wrong with the scene. That's why I
If
didn't
cross
change it.
paths with her once more, it will
Last
be
stream
the
of 20.
last
I think you're
time.
right. I don't think.
You're right.
I think you're right. I don't think I'll be streaming
Sure
tomorrow.
again.
What's today? The 30th.
Be the
I don't think I'll
last
be streaming tomorrow.
Because if she doesn't end you, then
I will.
myself cannot have anyone interfering in my plans. But maybe this girl is too good.
Exactly, David.
Parasol sombra, the sunstopper shadow. I wonder how you will handle my next challenge.
All right, that's it.
Bed early. Pretty consistent problem across the board for TV people. So advertisers don't want to buy ad space at like 10 p.m. on
Me too, I love
because
skeleton villains,
literally
they're great.
nobody is watching that. And
They're
when you
so
consider
good.
what
I
other
don't think they're
people were doing
used
for late
enough,
night
to be
TV in
honest
the
with you.
90s, you can
I really
see the
don't.
advertiser's point. TV after 10 o'clock was hyper-focused on adults. Still kind of is, honestly. Major networks aired like talk shows and infomercials, and cable networks would play like risque movies or ads for phone sex, which was a big thing in the 90s, phone sex. Which is crazy to me. I don't think I would ever see the appeal of that. I'm just happy how far we've come in the porn industry. This is actually a fun fact. The USA Network was wiling out with a program called USA Up All Night. It was hosted by Gilbert Gottfried, and they would just play
Gilbert
heavily
Gottfried.
edited B-list porn exploitation movies all the time. Like one of them was Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell. I'd watch that. I'd watch that right now. Even children's cable programming,
What up,
pioneer
Rick?
Nickelodeon would change their whole thing and do Nick at Night, which would
I've
be
never
like,
heard
you
of
know,
that name,
sitcoms from
KJS.
times earlier. So they would get the adult appeal without being, you know, degenerates.
There you go, Ryan.
Something that you will learn Adult Swim did
Hey,
not take.
Ryan,
I've been
every
neglecting
person
one
you get to
important
don't make
tidbit
one
that even the
donation,
Cartoon Network
you
executives
get another
were counting
request.
on. A third of
Even if it's
Cartoon
as low as
Network's
$1.
watchers were adults. Weird adults, but adults nonetheless. So you got a time slot where people aren't
Anyone
watching. You
that
got
makes
some
a
weird
donation,
adults that might be
as
floating
low, even
around.
as low
What
as
do you do?
$1.
Well, you make
I
a
gotta go to the
cartoon
bathroom,
show
you guys. Oh
for
my
weird-
god, something just hit me like crazy. Let me. I'm gonna put on another video for you guys to watch while I run to the bathroom.
Cartoon Network daytime lineup
Keep you guys
of
busy.
kids'
I'll be right
cartoons
back.
had ended, a strange new block of programming emerged. Instead of bright colours and familiar characters, the screen was filled with cryptic white text on a black background, as well as people in a swimming pool, and also a bunch of surreal promos that seemed designed for insomniacs and anyone who enjoyed the casual joint. This was Adult Swim, a programming experiment that began in 2001 and went on to redefine late-night television and internet humour itself. Adult Swim was never just another TV block. From the beginning as a quirky experiment by the William Streets team, to its rise as a TV giant through shows like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Robot Chicken, as well as Rick and Morty, the block thrived on absurdity and risk-taking shows. Its embrace of anime, experimental content and art, as well as underground music, made it the place for counterculture. At the same time, its controversies over the years, from the infamous Boston bomb scare to the fandom meltdown over fast food promotions, it's definitely cemented its reputation as unpredictable and influential. Today, we will trace the entire history of Adult Swim, from its origins as a 1990s experiment at Cartoon Network Studios, to its explosive growth in the 2000s, to its reinvention in the streaming era, and of course its lasting impact. In doing so, I will explore how Adult Swim carved out a space where weird TV could exist. And of course, it all starts in the 90s. Now, to understand Adult Swim, you have to start with Cartoon Network itself. Now, I have already talked about this in my Cartoon Network history video, but here's a quick rundown anyway. The network, of course, launched in 1992. The channel initially relied heavily on Hanna-Barbera reruns like The Flintstones and Scooby-Doo. By the late 90s, Cartoon Network then started to produce its own original programming, like Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, which of course was aimed at younger audiences. And that's pretty much the network just kind of evolved based around kids, obviously. Now that's out of the way, here's where Adult Swim began to form. Behind the scenes, a group of creatives at William Street Productions, which was led by Mike Lazzo, began experimenting with different kinds of humour. The first breakout was Space Ghost Coast to Coast, which I've talked about as well in the Cartoon Network video. Many people would say that this is technically the first Adult Swim show, even though it started before Adult Swim. But the show, of course, was about a superhero from Hanna-Barbera's old library who would basically be a host interviewing real celebrities. All of its humour and style definitely planted the seeds what Adult Swim was going to become. At the same time, in the mid to late 90s, Cartoon Network's Toonami Midnight block was testing anime late at night, introducing series like Dragon Ball Z to older audiences. So both Space Ghost and Toonami proved that there was an appetite for edgier, more experimental late night content on Cartoon Network. So on September 2nd, 2001, Cartoon Network officially launched Adult Swim as a late night block completely designed for adults. The branding was minimal. Instead of flashy graphics, the block relied on images of people in pools as well as the bumps with just white text on black backgrounds. These bumps often directly addressed the audience. This style became part of the identity, making Adult Swim feel like a secret club. Now, before I dive into the shows, I'm aware that Adult Swim has a lot of cartoons, so forgive me for not talking about Attie McGee or Black Jesus to the same extent as others. The first show to ever air on Adult Swim was the classic Her Movies.
You act like you're insane and people will leave you alone.
You mean like what? Like unstable?
Well, yeah, but more. Like overreact to something.
Oh yeah, like what?
Alright, here's an example. Come up and brush against me. Like walk by. Ready?
Alright, how do you do?
No! No, man! No, man! No!
Her Movies aired from 1999 to 2004. The show was originally aired on UPN, and unfortunately it bombed, being one of the lowest rated shows on the network at the time. And the show was put out of its misery only 5 episodes in. Thankfully, Kaki Jones, who worked at Cartoon Network at the time, was a fan of what she saw, and pitched the show to continue through the new brand Adult Swim, which everybody needs to appreciate this woman for allowing such a great show to continue way past obscurity. Now, Her Movies, in my opinion, is one of the most distinctive animated shows of its era. Though it never achieved mainstream ratings during its run, the series has gained a loyal following, largely due to its unique animation style, choosing squiggle vision, which is also used in shows like Dr. Katz, and its dialogue was completely improvised. And the storytelling was really heartfelt in places. The show was created by Brendan Small, Lauren Bucard or something, I don't know, and H. John Benjamin. Her Movies carved out a unique space in adult animation, creating what was almost like a homemade aesthetic. The show follows 8-year-old Brendan Small, who's an aspiring filmmaker who spends a lot of his free time making amateur movies with his 2 friends Melissa and Jason. Now, these movies that Brendan and his friends make serve as a window into Brendan's worldview, as he processes the challenge of his childhood, such as his divorced parents, his friendships, and authority figures in his life, like teachers. And it's all done through the lens of Brendan's films. Her Movies is powered by witty exchanges through improvised dialogue that gives the series such an organic feel. This improvised method is known as retroscripting, and it became one of the show's most defining traits, setting it apart from the tightly scripted format of many animated comedies at the time. When you watch Her Movies, you feel like you're part of the show and you're taking part in the conversation. Another major element of the show's appeal is definitely its characters. Brendan's best friend Melissa and Jason are perfect forms of loyalty and chaos for Brendan's pursuits, and the best character in the show, John McGurk, who is voiced by the deadpan H. John Benjamin. He quickly became the breakout character. Coach McGurk is irresponsible, he's self-absorbed, and he's a
Chad.
misguided alcoholic.
Here I come.
Yet his advice and
I
his
have returned.
mentorship create
I'm
some
back.
of the series' funniest moments. He truly feels like a father figure to the kids despite his own human flaws. Other supporting characters include Brendan's mum, Paula.
All right. Let's jump back into
Adults.
this.
In 1994, Cartoon Network made a show called Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And if you don't
That
know
we
what
know?
this is, get excited. There was an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon called Space Ghost that like literally everyone forgot about, and what they did was they take clips from that show and they would cut them up and edit them. And
Are
voice them
adults
over
actually
to
just
make
grown-up
movies.
kids? I think you might be right.
Literally,
What up,
Cartoon Network
Josh?
did not have any money for original programming, so they had to cut corners every chance they got. The original show was about a space superhero that fought dinosaurs, which is the most 60s fever dream coke bender idea I've ever heard. So then they took that character and put it in a talk show setting, which just by the premise alone is hilarious, I think. And since
Avatar,
Cartoon
the
Network did not
pamphlet,
have an
that's funny.
original content budget, they had to funnel advertising budget into the show itself. Like they couldn't advertise Cartoon Network on other channels. They just had to put that money into Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And personally, I think it was worth it, and historically it turned out to be, but a lot of people were against the show originally. It was way before its time with extremely well-written jokes and absurdist humor, and it also got a bunch of real-life celebrities to go on the show in a weird meta talk show kind of thing. I mean, to get the vibe of the show, all you have to do is see
What up,
the time
Julian?
Conan O'Brien went
Great to see you,
on,
great
and
to see you.
Instead of Space Ghost interviewing him, Space Ghost just like investigated an ant for 10 minutes straight while Conan just dealt with no one talking to him.
I think this show is very bad.
Okay.
And should be stopped.
Oh, okay.
I think you're a bad person, and don't take this the wrong way.
All right.
Just next level stuff. Just really next level shit. The show quickly gained a cult following, and it was showing some promise. So the executives were like, okay, what else can we do? This is kind of working. And they were like, I don't know, let's try anime. Anime might work.
What's
In
up,
the
NSM?
90s, a lot of people, no one cared about anime.
Happy
In the 90s,
New
really,
Year,
at all.
Liam.
Some people did, but they were this. So the
Aaron
mainstream
Hansen.
appeal of anime was not there at all. So licensing was cheap. So they were like, screw it, throw it up there. And suddenly this became a staple of Channel 2 during the nighttime segment, which led to the 1997 block Toonami, which you should know about. It's iconic. And it showed a lot of kids who had never had experience watching anime before things like Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon.
Oh, I see we got one backer on the
All these shows that
Indiegogo.
everyone
We're at
loves.
28
So the
now.
executives all get together and talk
Playing
to Mike Lazo,
ZZZ.
the creator of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and they say, hey, listen.
Last stream at
we're starting to
25,
fuck
let's
with
get
the
it.
vision a little bit, okay? We think we can turn this garbage time slot into something hot and bothered with the right direction. And Mike was like, let me hop in the kitchen. Let me see what I can cook up real quick.
Oh, thank you, Life Goes On. Pledged $1 as Game Changer. Could you watch the animatic? I sent you in the animatic link. Sure. I'm assuming it's in here, or where I didn't get a link on. If you sent it in YouTube's chat, it doesn't allow a lot of links to show up. So I'm not sure if you sent it there. If you're able to send it over on Twitch, let me see if I can share the Twitch, because I think I'm allowed to share links. Let me share the Twitch link in here for you. If you're able to go visit me on Twitch, then you can paste the link in the Twitch chat, and Twitch chat allows links.
Of course, the ad sales team at Cartoon Network was resistant to it because they were like, you know, this is a cartoon children's network and you're selling really adult shows. How are we supposed to pitch this? And they had a good point. But Lazo, I don't know which one it is, but he had a year to pull this off. So, you know, who's to say he's even going to get it done? Who knows if he can pull this off? A small group of
Stranger
people
Things.
headed
Oh
by
yeah, it's gonna be in
Lazo
theaters,
started
right?
working around the clock for a thing that would eventually become
And the
Adult Swim.
comment
None of them,
about the
mind you, with
animatic.
a history-
Yeah, it didn't show up. So YouTube has a really bad issue when it comes to links. I think what happened is YouTube has had a long history of people kind of abusing the system and probably putting links in comment sections that are inappropriate or that lead to spam or malware websites. So they no longer allow you to post links directing you anywhere in YouTube anymore. It just will just forever hide the comment. But if you're able to click on that link or come visit me on Twitch, and you can send the link in there and it'll pop up for me.
History of animation in their background. None of
Or if you want to, if you have Twitter or Instagram, you can follow either me or the PAR pages there and send it through there as well. If you wanted to do that.
have that. What they did have was a shared vision of weird shit and the ability to work really hard for long hours. A lot of them had full-time jobs at a Cartoon Network, and they also had another full-time job, which was creating Adult Swim. And there was no like offices for the Cartoon Network, and they also
Roboboy. Nice.
also had another full-time job, which was creating Adult Swim. And there was no like offices for the Adult Swim team, so they had to do whatever they could wherever they could. They
A
were
bunch,
editing
Windows.
footage in
A
group
bunch.
closets and using old PCs that no one else was using because that's all they had at the time. And also, even though Cartoon Network gave
I love you
Adult Swim
guys.
the green light, no
I'm glad
one
to
at
be
the company
streaming.
was really happy about it. Shows like Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, and C-Lab 2021, which were also 2 Hanna-Barbera shows that, like, you know, no one was thinking about anymore, so they gave it the old Space Ghost treatment and just kind of changed
Yeah,
things
Robot
about
Boy.
it and remixed it. Well, these remixes actually ended up upsetting the original creators of the show because they didn't say you could do that, and the original shows were like fun kids cartoons, and these were not at all.
Try to get word to my mother. Man, f your mother.
Alex Toth, the original creator of Birdman and C-Labs, was like, yo, stop. Please stop. Which I understand, but how can you watch this clip from C-Lab and tell me it's not worth it?
Dude, check me out. I'm like a little otter. A sexy little otter. Damn.
I quote this daily.
Damn.
No one knows what I'm talking about, but I am a sexy little otter. And it's not
Oh,
just
take
the
a cookie,
creators.
yes.
People inside the company were confused as hell as to what is going on. Executives still fully didn't
So
understand what the appeal
dude.
or even the base humor of these shows.
God, dude, I love Adult Swim's humor so much. It's just, it is my type of humor. It is just so, it is humor that is so stupid that it's just the most hilarious thing you've ever heard.
Teams still didn't know how to pitch these shows to advertisers because I personally wouldn't know how to do that. And once again, people were editing footage in closets. So, you know, the work-to-life balance was not great. But despite the crazy working conditions
yes,
and
yes,
initial
yes. I've
confusion,
seen
the
it.
trials and tribulations were over.
I can watch it. I actually have never watched that on stream. I actually really respect her. And in fact, her pilot is a lot like mine. Tell you what, let me finish this and we'll jump into the Pretty Pretty Please I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl animatic. Because it's great.
Well,
I've seen it.
There's
It's
more
so
trials and
good.
tribulations coming up, but they were out of Adult Swim
I am
control.
Windows.
They couldn't really do anything
Lots of
about
streams.
it.
Success.
So the red carpet wasn't exactly laid out for Adult Swim's premiere, which makes sense because it aired at midnight, and people don't really care about new programming blocks.
So we're at
Looking
28
back on
now,
that, Adult
thanks
Swim
to
was a
Life
big deal,
Goes
but, like,
On.
you know,
If we
CBS
get
is like, we're running
22
who
more,
gives a fuck? No one's
the
tuning in.
opening
But it was a
theme song
weird
gets
start. It was a
released.
slow roll. Like, it
22
wasn't a,
more.
hey, here's Adult Swim completely finished, enjoy it, we're done making it. It was a slow rollout. It was testing the waters of the late night audience.
Happy
On the
New
first
Year,
night
everybody.
At midnight, they just played the first episode of Home Movies, which is a fantastic show, but then it kind of tapered off after that. And then a few months down the line, they also soft launched a couple other shows like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and other popular Adult Swim cartoons. And they did this by airing it unannounced at 4 a.m. in December of 2001. So I don't know if they
Newest
don't want
series,
people to
Haha,
see
You
these things, but
Clowns.
whatever. And then finally,
Huh.
after a
Okay.
5-month delay, Adult Swim
it funny?
officially premiered on a Labor Day weekend, which is crazy because people are doing shit on Labor Day weekend. No one is whatever.
Yeah, there's only like
Despite
there's only like
everything
8 minutes
I
left
just
of this
said,
video.
Adult
So 8
Swim
minutes we'll jump into
somehow
that
managed to
pilot
grow
animatic for you.
exponentially
Life
throughout
Goes
its
On.
first year. And this is
What
in
up,
spite
Adam?
of the fact that all the advertising promoting Adult Swim was not showing people why they should watch it. It was to prove to people that children shouldn't. Which is a wild way to handle this. But the explicit anti-advertising campaign actually really worked, and it kind of set the precedent for what the channel was going to be for the rest of its life. It nailed the coveted 18 to 34 age bracket, and that's my people, baby. That's what I work for. Advertisers still had no goddamn clue what was going on with these oddball shows, but all they knew was they wanted a piece of it, baby, because people are watching it. And Adult Swim soon expanded to multiple nights with more original programming and more anime. They're always going to put more anime in this puppy. And it also became a haven for animated shows that were canceled by their original networks. Futurama and Family Guy both were canceled by Fox, and then they found a new life on Adult Swim, which, you know, gave it enough reputation and viewership to start those shows back over again. And if you take nothing out of this video,
Very cool,
please understand
Sean.
that the only reason why Futurama
Happy
continued to
20th
go
birthday.
was because of Adult Swim. So that's
Par
all you gotta know
is
about
coming
the channel,
whenever
why
it
it's
gets
so great. And
funded.
the popularity of these
Whenever it
X
gets
network
funded,
shows
it'll
brought
take
a lot
8
of
to
people
12 months to get it
the channel. And
made.
they were
So
programmed
whatever
earlier
point it
into
gets
the Adult
funded,
Swim blog,
whatever
so,
that
like,
time
there was
is,
a bump up
add 8
between
to 12
children's
months and it'll get
cartoons
made.
and the weird shit that you're going
it'll
to
be
see
out.
later on. But actually,
love
the
Tom
crazy
Goes to the
thing is
Mayor.
the original programming
It's a
that
great
had
show.
all the crazy
So
stuff
stupid.
in it, that became the main appeal of the channel, which nobody expected.
Thank
We
you,
got Aqua
Liam.
Teen Hunger Force, which came from when the creator heard a story about how a fast food restaurant was putting together pieces of old
My
burgers to sell to people like they were new.
is Shake
That's how this
Ruler,
show
the
started.
hot
The show has an
sewer.
anthropomorphic
You
milkshake,
want
a
a
box
trip?
of fries,
Hey,
and a
do
wad of
that.
meat known as Meat Wad. They live in a suburban neighborhood, they fight aliens, and they live next to a perverted piece of shit named Carl. That's the premise of the show. It was a hit almost in spite of itself. It tried so hard to make people not like it. It was thought to be such an unwatchable show that network executives said that maybe let's make them detectives. Make them detectives. People will like that more. It makes a little bit more sense. And I guess, I mean, the show really had no plot to begin with, so if you give it a little something to go on, I guess they could
Smiling
make
Friends is
people
good. I
watch
like
it,
Smiling
but
Friends.
They were detectives for 3 episodes, and then they dropped that premise immediately and never went back to it. Where else are you gonna find this kind of stuff besides Adult Swim? The network begged for them to change the voice of Meatwad because no one can understand him when he talked. Literally, viewers were writing in saying, am I going crazy? I can't understand what this guy is saying, and they refused. The writers refused to do that. The creators also insisted that the voice of Master Shake, Dana Snyder, should get absolutely hammered for his audition tape to get the role, and he did, and he got the role.
I am a modern-day Tom Sawyer.
All of this combined made Aqua Teen Hunger Force the flagship show of the channel for years to come. We have the Venture Bros, which is a really important show if you look into it a little
Yeah,
bit.
Tom
It was
Goes
a
to the
parody
Mayor
of
is
the
just such a
60s
weird show,
style,
but I love it.
Superhero family shows like Johnny Quest. But after 7 seasons, it morphed into an
25th anniversary of the
different
premieres
thing
of Aqua Teen
altogether.
Hunger
Venture
Force,
Bros
Harvey
was
Birdman
one of
Attorney at
first
Law,
cartoon
The
shows
Brack
that
Show, and
adopted
C-Lab
the golden
2021.
age of television
Happy
rules
25th
in terms of
anniversary.
writing and
Love
plot.
Venture Bros.
While
This
other
is great.
cartoon shows had short stories and very little continuity in terms of, like, you know, like The Simpsons always wear the same shirt and everything goes back to normal at the end of the episode. Venture Bros created a cast of pop culture obsessed superheroes that, like, fought generational trauma that built upon itself. But the show would constantly take the audience expectations and turn them on their head, because like one episode they would maybe cover the topic of toxic masculinity and how much that can harm somebody, and then the next episode they'll bring in Brick Frog, who's a guy who dresses up like a frog and throws bricks at people.
Brick Frog! Thank you! Oh.
Part of the success of Venture Bros was the fact that it was only written by 2 people. There was no writer's room for this show. And that significantly slowed down the production of the show because it took 14 years to make 7 seasons, which is a bad turnaround rate. But it created a mind meld of consistent, thoroughly thought out script writing that the creators called Unibrain. Instead of a writer's room where, you know, comedy writers are fighting over who gets their joke in there and it's not really about, who, you know, the characters or the plot, Venture Bros became an honest expression of a very particular type of nerdy
That's
obsessive.
cool,
The
Kogias.
exact type of person who is up at 3 a.m. and watching cartoons. So it worked out perfectly. But as much as Adult Swim nailed it with their adult cartoons, things got weirder over
I think I
time.
did
They
see
switched
that. I
the
think I
script
saw
a
you
little bit
share
by
it in
including
the
live-action
Discord.
programming to their
Let me see.
adult cartoon block. The surreal satire of
$400
Tim and Eric's
later,
awesome show, Great
and
Job,
not
the
containing
Eric
duplicates.
Andre
Here's the
Show
CD collection
brought
of
a
Ween,
whole
the end
new
of
brand
2025. Every
anti-comedy
studio
and
album is
cringe humor
here.
to
Only
people
2
who've
live
never
albums,
seen
but
that
the
shit
other ones
before.
are
The
so
editing style and
expensive.
surreal sense of humor
The
of these
Adventure's
shows
almost
created a
complete.
home for offbeat
Yeah, dude,
performers
looks
to
great.
experiment and turned indie comics
You're a
into
bit. I know. Oh,
influential
there's the
voices in
Quebec
mainstream
one. I
comedy.
remember that
Without
one because
Adult
you sent me
Swim,
that one on
someone like
Spotify.
Eric Andre would still
Nice.
be
Pretty
pretending
cool.
to be a caveman at Geico live events. And speaking of oddball people that no one else is going to give a shot to, Adult Swim also did live action things that they like to call infomercials. They were not infomercials. These shows usually aired at 4 a.m.
I've
with
seen
no
Adventure Time.
warning, no title
I think I've
card.
seen,
They
like,
would
the
just
first
pretend
2
to be
seasons, I
commercials,
think.
or they wouldn't even pretend
Maybe-
to be commercials.
maybe 3 seasons.
This is something I'm really passionate about. I love these things. Sometimes Adult Swim humor was the fact that there was no humor. Like, it was more about all the parts being not funny that made the whole bit hilarious.
Yes,
If you stumbled
yes,
upon one of these
yes,
infomercials at
yes.
4 a.m. and you had a little dribble of mental illness in your brain, you would wake up with grippy socks in a hospital the next morning. We have unedited footage of a bear, which starts out like, you know, an unedited footage of a bear, and then it breaks into an infomercial about anti-allergy medication and becomes a horrifying example of doppelgangers and I guess the big pharmaceutical industry. We have Too Many Cooks, which starts like a 90s comedy sitcom, and then it devolves horribly. It's terrifying. And then we have There Are People in This House, which is my favorite thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If you have the time, jump into the ARG if There Are People in This House. It seems like it doesn't make sense. It makes a lot of sense and it's horrifying. Wham City Comedy made most of these.
We might have
and
to watch
Adult
that
Swim
one.
is just doing stuff like this because they can, and it's still working. Like, imagine TBS doing something like this. Imagine MSNBC throwing on a horrifying bear video. They'd get shut down. Adult
Yeah.
Swim doesn't care, though, baby. What other channel are you going to get stuff like this? You won't find it anywhere else. Adult Swim is in a league of its own.
Very fair. Very fair.
Adult Swim didn't reinvent the wheel, but they did create something wholly unique. A mainstream place where animation for adults and
Yeah, it was
subversive
definitely
comedy
a
could
why
thrive.
not kind of
It would be
thing.
impossible to accurately measure the
And
pop
then
culture influence that Adult Swim has had on the
it
American
just
public,
really
or
took
the world,
off.
for that matter.
I
And that's
don't know.
because
I guess
it's
it's
bigger
kind of
than
those
the
things,
sum
like,
of
whenever
its
you get a
parts.
good
You can draw
idea. I don't
parallels
know.
between Adult Swim's original programming and the
Ghost of a
biggest
Yule
adult
Log,
animated
that's a good
shows
one.
right now, like Bob's
Hey,
Burgers
no
and
mayo,
BoJack
please.
Horseman. Or you could find parallels
Excited to have you
between
here.
the surrealist comedy of Tim Heidecker and Eric Andre into shows like I Think You Should Leave. That had probably had a huge influence. There was countless writers, producers, animators that came out of Adult Swim or came into Adult Swim, which changed the landscape forever. But altogether, Adult Swim was mostly just a vibe. It was just a vibe that took America by storm. The brand exuded a feeling that anything could happen on this channel at any time. It had weird but fantastic self-referential bumpers, played insane April Fool's jokes on its viewers, and arguably brought anime into America's mainstream. I want to bring that up once again. I really think Adult Swim was a big part of that. It turned TV
It was a
into an
huge
art
part
form
of
that
it.
commented on TV itself, which no one was doing back then. It's a place where a show like Robot Chicken that was rejected by Mad TV, Saturday Night Live, and Comedy Central could end up winning how many Emmys? Two Emmy Awards. And most importantly, to me, Adult Swim is a channel that's willing to take risks on creators who came from the internet. And no one else is able to do that. No other channel is doing that. I was raised on YouTube and Newgrounds, and watching people that I've been watching since I was a wee little tot get full shows on Adult Swim makes me want to cry. It makes me so happy. If you started on the internet, the industry as a whole probably looks down upon you and doesn't think you're a real artist. Then Adult Swim said, let's take a shot on it, and now we have Rick and Morty. We have Smiling Friends. We have Haha You Clowns. We have Crystal Fantasy. Literally all the shit Jack Stauber is doing. Like, it's really important to the culture what Adult Swim is doing. Streaming has completely disrupted the entertainment industry, but Adult Swim is something that could not be put into a simple box. Now entering its third decade on television, Adult Swim is probably the most popular it ever has been, and I think I know why.
It all depends on funding.
Industry, good art is good art.
Can't do
And
anything
even though
without
it's
any
not
funding.
advertiser friendly, if you build
That's
it,
why
they
we
will
need
come.
that
And then
that
when
link
you
to
have
get
people
shared out
there,
as
you can sell
much
them a
as we
Trump 23
can,
AM
because
or
the
whatever
more it
hell
gets
they
shared
run
out, the
ads
more
for
people
on
can
that channel.
donate,
New videos
the
every
more
Saturday, maybe one on
the
Wednesday.
more stuff
There's a
we
lot
can
in this
do,
video
you know?
I wasn't able to touch on. Like, I really wanted to go into the bumpers, but like there's only so much I can say without just reading the bumpers. They're hilarious. You should look them up. Also, the art style. I don't know much about art styles, but the whole vibe of Adult Swim is fantastic. But regardless, maybe I'll talk about it later. Maybe someone else will talk about it for me. Thank you guys so much. Have a good weekend.
Nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's do pretty, please. I don't want to be Magical Girl. Here it is right here.
Hi everyone, I'm Aika, a normal girl of average talent living an unspectacular life. I just moved to this quiet little town where nothing ever happens, and it's great. Man, why am I running? I'm not even late. Woo! Okay, we're back. Here we go. I guess I'm just excited for my first normal day of normal high school. It might sound boring to you, but to me, it's everything I've ever wanted. And
Rarest Adult Swim DVD I have?
You good? You're kind of standing in the doorway.
I'm actually not sure. Not off the top of my head.
My apologies.
It's chill, thanks.
Actually, if you have a second, I'm new here. Think you could show me the way to my first class?
Looks like we're in the same first period. You can follow me if you want.
Where was I in my narration? Oh yeah! I can't wait for a fresh start! And first ever pop quiz, done.
Kill me.
Oh, looks like no one else is done yet. I too am still working. Oh, shit. Hey, miss! Can I please go to the bathroom, please?
What? Oh, sorry, Aika. You gotta finish your quiz before leaving
Louis
the classroom.
Zong. I'm not sure who Louis Zong is.
You're doing great work. I love you.
I needed that today. I'll let it slide. Looks like she finished after all. And with a perfect score?
Phew. Guess I'll hide out here for a while. No!
Get off that dirty-ass floor. God, you're dramatic. A box, Aika? Really? You put me in a dark little magic box? I'm lucky someone with hands opened it up!
I knew you'd be found. Eventually. I just needed you off my back, Hoshi.
It's my job to be on your back. And
We might have time for a game.
It's a minimum
We'll
wage
see.
cashier job. I should not be working. I'm 15. Whatever needs to be done can be handled by the others back home. Sorry for putting you in a box, but I need this. Please go. And try not to be seen.
Fine. At least take this. Just in case. Call me if you need me.
What? What was that? Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I think my kidneys are backwards.
Bruh, some kid got a perfect score on the quiz. The curve is fucked.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome. I love artists that participate in a bunch of different types of art. I think that's cool.
Is that...
You're all good, Ryan.
Me? You're asking me?
Yeah, but it's cool. I, like, sat down before I asked, and now it's weird. You know,
Now
I'll
it's
just go.
weird.
No. You can stay. I'm just not used to people talking to me, is all. You see, I'm kind of a loser.
Wow! A real-life high school loser!
Whoa, okay. I already said.
One compliment I will give, I mean, this whole thing is amazing, by the way. But one big compliment I will really give is the dialogue that's written in the script is very well written.
No need to rub it in, you know.
It is very smart and intelligent writing.
Why? Being a loser's awesome! No one bothers you or expects anything from you.
Like look at this whole scene. This whole scene is talking about her being a loser. And like she's kind of proud of it, and she's like encouraging her proudness of it. It is such a a scene that if you viewed this from the outside, you would just be like, this is so backwards. But that's what makes it so funny.
When you're free to do
This is great.
whatever you want. You got nowhere to go but up.
You're a loser. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Run away with words.
It's great.
I'm Aika, normal girl of average talent and zero secrets.
Okay, well, I'm Zira, also a normal girl of average talent. I got a couple secrets.
I won't press any further. Nice to meet you, friend. That's bad. So, what book you got there?
It's just one of my favorite mangas, Moon Sailor. I know it's kind of childish sometimes, but it has cool lessons about friendship and being a hero, and you know what? You can just hit me with your car if you want. It's fine.
No. The manga's great. Don't get me wrong. It's just the genre.
The genre.
Is this normal? Why are people running? Oh, is this one of those fire drills?
Where are you, Star Guardian? Guardian of the stars. Show yourself!
Oh, Kurt's not this guy. Let me just...
Hey! Leave our school alone! This is really dangerous, you know!
Zira!
Who even are you?
Are you talking to me? Oh, I'm sorry, I could barely hear you. You're so small and insignificant. But if you must know my name, it's Eclipse, Servant of Darkness.
Zira, if you ignore him, he'll go away. Come on!
Oh, and who might you be?
Shove it, Moon Man! Let's get out of here!
A Moon Man? How dare you,
Her,
worm?
there's a lot of dialogue,
My
and I
name
love it.
is Eclipse, Servant of Darkness. I will smite you.
And I love the work that's done on this animatic.
Don't test me. I will. I'm doing it right now.
I'm waiting!
Don't hurt my friend!
No choice now.
I'm quickly regretting my decision!
Aha! There you are, Star Guardian, Guardian of the Stars. I knew you were here.
Star Guardian? Gasp! Are you?
A magical girl? Yes, she is. And not only that, she's my arch nemesis, and also...
Double gasp! Magical love interest?
Ew!
This is a pilot, but it's not mine.
You're opening my mouth a little. Man, you know what? Let me just get this over with.
Triple gasp! Are you about to do a magical girl
Bro, the
transformation?
McRib will never leave McDonald's. I don't care how many times they say it's the last time it's coming back. It'll always come back again.
Let's do it! Yes! I
forget what comes after triple gasp, gasp! Magical mascot!
I consider myself more of a magical friend, but whatever. It's time to wish upon a star, Aika!
Yeah, I wish. You know what I want.
Good enough!
Is that a lead pipe?
Yep.
I don't understand. What's a lead pipe gonna do? Oh, you don't have like a magical star beam or energy blast or something?
Yeah, I guess I do. Like, what even is a star beam, you know? Now a lead pipe to the shins? That's just reliable, baby.
This isn't over.
Like, this is just what I love most about this pilot is how funny it is. That's what I love most about this pilot, is it's really funny. Like the fact that she's this magical girl, and then just whenever she gets ready to fight the opponent, she just pulls out a lead pipe. Like, that is funny.
Her methods are unique, but she's the best of the best.
Par has a very similar concept to this. Par is not a magical girl. I mean, I suppose maybe you could lump her into that category, but I've never really referred to her necessarily as a magical girl. Not necessarily, personally. But I think that's one of the biggest differences between my show and this show, is this show is very heavy on the comedy, which, not to say that my show doesn't have any comedy, but our show's kind of like, the comedy's there, but it's definitely more of a secondary to character interaction and the action.
Yeah, about that. I have to kill you now.
What?
I'm kidding.
Jeez, you scared me.
See what I have to deal with?
Wait, that Eclipse guy knows where you are now. Think he'll be back?
Probably, but as you saw, he's not much of a threat.
First legendary shows, respectively. Maybe.
Well, that went poorly, didn't it? You hardly used the powers I gave you.
I suppose I got caught up in the moment, but I found her. That's good, right? Please, I need this.
What's up, Frankenfrog? I know 2026 coming soon.
All that matters is that we finish it.
It's very similar. In fact, what's really strange, I really don't even know how this happened, but even this show's villains are the same as mine, pretty much. Again, not saying that anyone took anything, but it's so interesting how coincidences can happen on such a large scale like this. Because even the ending, as you guys saw in the pilot that I just shared for my pilot, it ends in a similar way, with the guy defeated going to go visit somebody who's hinting at a bigger threat. What's interesting, though, is in mine, it's a girl that fought Par, and she comes to the lair of a boy who's El Catrin, etc. and so forth. But it's very similar setup here. A lot of the pilot is very similar to what we're doing in Par, and it's just so interesting how it came out that way. Because again, I mean, I've been working on this since 2020. I had the script written by 2021, and the pilot animatic was made in 2022, years before this was made. But it's great. Hers is so good, and it is very similar to mine in a lot of ways. But it's also very different too, and I really respect what she's done with this. And see, I already gave it a like. It's really, really good. I wanted to watch one of the videos here on Gary's channel.
Van Partible's Johnny Bravo was one of Cartoon Network's first flagship original series.
Yeah, I know that's Mike. Yeah, some other countries have different years. Yeah. You're Par. I know that's right, Frankenfrog.
The show's namesake character tries to woo women over, but always yields unfavorable
results. We did. Life Goes On. I showed it to you. This one here. There is an animatic. Remember we watched it? Do you remember this one? Remember we watched this one and played it? This is an animatic.
Keep lunch to date, big old date.
And this is my project. So we did. Did you not see this one, Life Goes On?
He's not there. This is a bit out of the ordinary. You don't think he decided to skip, do you? As much as he hates English class, he wouldn't miss the chance to throw speedballs in the middle of a movie. I think there's something a bit more mysterious.
You're correct. It wasn't necessarily uploaded to YouTube. That's fair. On the YouTube account, though, I will say we don't have that many followers. There's only, there's 300 followers, but our main source has been the Instagram as well as the X, of which the animatic has now been uploaded twice. It was uploaded 2 different times. This is the second time it's now been uploaded. So we're actually, believe it or not, we're actually ahead of the game. Yeah, we're actually ahead of the game on that. We did release it twice, actually.
One memorable aspect of the show was its use of guest stars. And for the show's final episode, Back on Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal made his very own guest appearance. Is it a good one? The episode starts with Johnny at the Aaron City Skydome, where he sees a poster advertising the 10th annual Shaquille O'Neal Summer League basketball camp.
It's gotta be better than the Plumbers Convention.
Somehow,
See you,
Johnny
Rick.
thought he'd find
Have a great
himself
night.
a gal at the Plumbers Convention. I really don't know what gave him
To finish
that
what
idea.
project? You're talking about
One
Par,
of the
Tashawn?
plumbers tells
We're
him
not
that
even close to
plunging
being done. We haven't even
toilets is better
started.
than hot chicks.
That's the
How
point of
dare
the
you say
campaign.
that to Johnny?
We can't start
At
if we
least
don't have any money.
someone's a little excited, I see. Johnny's immediately won over when he sees the Sugar Shacks, and we cut to Shaq practicing. Unfortunately, he's not having good luck, but
Yeah, the
you
final
better
episode of
not
Johnny
make
Bravo,
note
yeah.
of that out loud.
Quiet! Nobody's leaving till I make a basket.
He's a we now. No, you're good, Nick. We still got another hour.
Shaq's deadpan delivery here makes that retort work so well. Johnny tries to win over the Sugars with an Outcast reference and fails as usual when he's sent soaring into Shaq's direction. She said, hell nah, hell nah. I know that's right. Upon Johnny bumping
Yeah,
into
it hasn't
Shaq,
even started
the ball
yet.
makes the basket,
We haven't. We
ending the
cannot
bad
begin
luck streak.
production until it's
Come
funded.
here, half pint. Do I have a...
Shaq holds Johnny by the hair, which
Oh, so
ow,
Par is
sounds
Mexican.
quite
Par is
painful if I
Mexican
think
American.
about it too hard. Lo and behold, he makes another basket. He straight up drops Johnny on the ground before trying to make another, and whoops. After making yet another basket with Johnny in tow,
We're really trying
Shaq
to
glances over with
dig
this
around
slightly
and
weird
play around
awkward
in a lot of that
smile that
Aztec,
honestly made me giggle a little
folklore.
bit. It's just something about the way it's drawn.
Because when you
I
think
love
about
it. Next is a
people that
montage
take
of
from
swish
any
after
type of
swish after
mythology,
swish.
what mythologies do people always
Johnny, the
take?
so-called
It's always
half-pint, is
Egyptian
now deemed Shaq's
mythology.
good luck charm.
It's always Roman mythology. It's always Greek mythology. When do you ever see
Not
anyone
long until they're
pull from
introduced
Aztec
into a real
mythology?
game together.
Never. It has been too long before someone
The referee
tapped into
initially
that.
objects to Shaq
So
having
there's
Johnny
lots of
as
fun
an
things
assist,
we're
but
looking
the
at.
rulebook says nothing about having additional equipment during the game as long as
Hey,
it's
what's up,
securely
Ken?
attached to the body. While he's got a point, wouldn't
to
Johnny's
see you,
weight
bro.
be causing Shaq to struggle at least a little bit? I mean, he's not exactly light. I know Shaq's strong and all, but Johnny ain't no bracelet or actual charm.
Grim
Bro don't need some icy
Fandango.
hot after this episode, that's for sure. Anyway,
Oh,
it's
thank
game
goodness.
time and the two are fired
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna play a game
Both
after
Johnny
this, I
and
think.
Shaq are taunting the opposing team, and I love
Rank
the
the
little
mythologies:
quips
Chinese
here.
mythology, Japanese mythology, Korean mythology, Roman mythology, Norse mythology, Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, African mythology, Native American mythology, Aztec
Score after
mythology,
score.
Pacific
Cheer after
mythology.
cheer. The
Rank
roof is on
rank
fire,
them in what though?
metaphorically enough
Like
for
what
one
is
of the
the
commentators to
Polynesian
pass
mythology? First of all, I don't even know half of
medic?
these mythologies. Second of all,
Hold your horses, Johnny. We can get excited in
rank them in
about
what?
6 minutes.
In what's like
I ain't gonna lie
the
though,
best?
this last play is
I don't know if I
clean with
wanna
the way
do that.
Shaq smacks the ball into the net.
feel like I'm
After
going
the
into
game, Shaq
dangerous
is interviewed by
territory.
the media. One news reporter
Oh,
wants
how
a
was
Johnny
it?
of her own,
Hopefully
but
you
in
heard good
depth.
things.
Pirate, scissors
How
for
good they
hands,
are?
or
Yeah, I don't
factory
know if I
owner,
wanna
your
do
pick.
that.
Someone
That
else tries to get
sounds
Shaq
like
to endorse some
I'm getting
deep
into
fried
a
bucket desserts for
potentially
$100
very
million
messy
now
situation
that
with
he
whatever
doesn't
with, no
suck.
matter what my answers
And the
are.
dude straight up tells him that too.
I thought I wasn't good enough to endorse your product.
Yeah, that was when you were awful. But that's all in the past.
Man, people switch up so quickly, I swear. Johnny was ready to eat though, you hear me? Those wings were not going to be wasted. I can't blame him. Anyway,
Primal
it's
Season 3.
montage
What happens
time
in the first
again.
2 seasons?
Magazine coverage, autographs, disco,
Oh, this is one of Gary
swag,
Newsom's
living
videos.
the dream. Afterwards, it's the big championship
Joking doing
game.
it to party, go
The
please
one
do it.
Shaq's been
Unfortunately,
waiting
not able
all
to,
year
but want
for.
to try to promote as
The
much as I can.
halftime
Yes,
score
thank you
is
so much, Mike. I
24-0,
really
and people
appreciate
in
that.
Acapulco
Please
are
send a
feeling
dono
good.
to the pod.
That
Dono.
isn't-
We got one donation yesterday in stream. We got one more today in stream. 22 more, and you guys will get to hear the theme song by Jake Siegler. 22 more.
Until last year's champion is revealed to compete against Shaq one-on-one. The announcer here is really hamming it up so much, and Shaq ain't having it.
Pummeled him with his presence.
Xavier thinks that I didn't read your comments. I did read your comments. I
It's
read and
giving-
responded to, I think, pretty much every single one of your comments.
Commentator was bewildered.
If Xavier is thinking
gobsmacked
that,
even.
Xavier's
I'd be
doing the
too
thing
if
that he
Shaq
always
rushed me
does,
like that.
which is not
The
paying
pressure's
attention.
real. Who's his opponent, you ask? Why, the one and only Seth Green.
Seth
Honestly,
Green.
I kind of like the fact that they didn't go with another basketball superstar. Gotta keep the audience on their toes, right? Quite the unexpected matchup.
Are you ready to make like a mongoose and not?
I remember this is the Huckleberry
Despite
Hound
Shaq
one.
and Johnny's confident demeanor, Seth caught wind of their little trick and brought a good luck charm of his very own.
Terrors of Jordan Mendoza.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all.
Johnny is still confident that they can take Seth and Huck down in an Eye of the Tiger battle for the gold.
I love how that guy's like a fat George Jetson.
Oh, hey, that's one of 2 Cartoon Network shows to make the same bad reference. I see you. Meanwhile, the 2 teams are going at it head to head and neck. Huck seems to be bringing in good luck too. But things start to fall apart when Seth and Shaq bump into one another, paralleling how Johnny bumped into Shaq at the beginning of the episode. The ref calls for a foul towards Seth, which he thinks is unfair.
Talk about Hacker Shack. My great grandma felt that slap.
Huck then insults the ref by calling him blind and deaf. Yikes, Huck, that's a bit much, don't you think? The ref seems to agree with me as he gives Seth 2 more personal fouls.
I know, me too. It's one of my
Should've
favorites,
gone with
Cookieos.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Dude, Hong Kong Phooey would have been crazy.
Then Johnny has to use the bathroom and breaks free without permission. Come on, bruh. Johnny would dip at the most critical second. Even though he tries to make it back in time, he's stopped by security as to not distract Shaq from making a basket. He makes it in twice and wins the game by 2 points. Johnny is disappointed to realize that his assistance
Spike,
is
have
no
you ever
longer
tried
needed.
putting these
Everything was
questions
ultimately
into
in Shaq's head,
ChatGPT?
but he still thanked Johnny for the cooperation.
You'd probably get,
Shaq
if you
and his
actually
people
want
are
the
escorted
answers to
the
these
locker
questions,
room
you'd probably
while
get a
Huck and
much,
Seth offer
you'd probably get
Johnny
a better
hot
answer
cocoa
out of
hangout
ChatGPT
to
than you
take
would
off
me.
the edge. The final
If you
joke
really
in
want the
Johnny
answer to these
Bravo,
questions.
Huck starts singing,
Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling.
but is interrupted by Johnny asking if he knows any more songs. Honestly though, does he? This is such a weird final episode. It feels very simple.
Dude,
and
I
there's
think I remember
honestly
hearing
not
about
much
that,
going
Kokios.
on.
That would have been sick.
Especially for a special
Dude, Hong
guest
Kong
type
Phooey
episode.
doesn't get any love
There's a lot of
today.
Shaq
None.
puns and most of the jokes
Most
are
of
so
those characters
basic.
don't. Hong
Not
Kong
to
Phooey
mention that the
doesn't.
plot is so
Pink
predictable.
Panther
Shaq
rarely
can't make
does.
baskets. Johnny gets on his
A
back.
lot of those
He gets
older
better.
characters. Nobody.
Johnny
I don't want to say nobody
leaves.
cares about it
Shaq
anymore, but like
realizes it's in his
they're not
head
doing
all
anything with
along.
them. At least like
Yeah,
Looney
there's some
Tunes
fun moments
has
here,
some
like
stuff
Johnny and
coming
Shaq's
out.
dynamic, but that's it.
Where's
While
the
Seth Green's
Flintstones
edition
movies?
did feel kind
Where
of
are
random.
the
It was
Jetsons
nice
coming
to see
back?
the
What
show
where's
pay
any of
respects to
this?
its
Why did we just
Hanna-Barbera
forget
roots
about these
one last
IPs?
time, though.
Dude,
Even
Warner
if he
Brothers,
didn't
man.
add much-
Warner Brothers is the only company in the world that doesn't remember its IPs.
To the episode beyond being Seth's good luck charm. Not even really any jokes. If this were
seriously
any
is so
episode
annoying.
but the finale, I'd probably give it a bit more of a pass. But as it stands, it's extremely bland. You're better off watching Bravo Doobie Doo or even the Adam West episode. Heck, even Back on Shaq's sister episode would have served as a better finale just based on premise alone. He appears on a TV
Do I think
show called Cartoon
ChatGPT is the new
Makeover,
therapy?
hosted by Weird Al,
Do I think that
Dynamite,
a
and Don
algorithm that
Knotts.
isn't a real
Getting
person that
makeover
in
for
no
the
way
last
could relate
episode,
to
even
you
if it
as a
doesn't go
person
well, just
in
feels
any
right.
compassionate
Just flip
way
the order of the 2 episodes
is
around.
is going to be
Well,
a
that's
judge
the
of how
end of
to
Johnny Bravo. What do you
judge
think
you
about
in any
this
type
episode?
of emotional
Let's
way.
discuss it below.
No, I don't think that's
Till
even
next
remotely
time, peace
possible.
out.
Sometimes ChatGPT can kind of biased. Sometimes I ask a real person because they might have a better answer. You think people aren't biased? Of course, people are biased. People, however biased you think ChatGPT might be, I promise you, people are infinitely more biased. Like, infinitely more biased. Feeling better now, but I'm so mad I got sick. Dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, dude, I hate that. Seriously, the good run though, for you to go that long without without getting sick. Flintstones is getting a movie? Is it? I don't think it is. I think the Jetsons is getting a movie. And even that's only, like, rumored right now. What's my favorite movie of all time? Breakfast Club. Hands down. Let's close out of that. All right, let's start up a game. My mouse is doing the weird thing where it doesn't want to show up sometimes. I wonder what we're playing. We have an hour. I will say this cord on my PS4 controller has been like broken. So fully expect whatever game we play to be a pain for me. But it's okay. Flintstones are some of the best movies ever made. I don't know if I'll go that far. Not Invincible, I'm Only Human. We're all only human. Dude, I'm telling you, here's some of the biggest... Let me tell you something. This is some of the biggest advice I will ever give any of you guys in chat. Look, I understand we all, and I'm guilty of this too. It's hard to not be guilty of this. Because I think we all do it. It's called main character syndrome, where like, because all of us are first person, and all of us are first person in our own lives all the time. So we all just subconsciously just kind of begin to think we're the main character. So because we think that, or because we believe in God, or because we believe in all these things, we think that nothing can happen to us. We think we're invincible. You are not invincible, I promise you. Every time I keep thinking that, something happens to me and I end up in a hospital. You are not invincible. Everyone, please be careful out there and take care of yourselves, and don't do anything reckless. Because I promise you, Budokai Tenkaichi 4, we could play that. I could play a couple of rounds of Tenkaichi 4, sure. But just be careful and be safe, everyone. Billy and Mandy game? Probably could play a round or two of that. Let's hop on this. No, this is a fan-made mod of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 that they just titled Budokai Tenkaichi 4. And they basically added like a bunch of additional story mode stages that venture into Super and all sorts of things. Friend couldn't see you for a year. What's up, Lucid? Great to see you, buddy. I do have Helldivers. I don't know if I really want to play it, though.
Now, let me enjoy. This is a serious one-on-one match.
Oh, I love this song. Dun 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 dun. See, like, who are all these? Well, I know who these characters are, but just show. Look, you can play as Gine. Look, there's even Majin Zoto. All right, I'm just gonna do what I always do. Look at it. Look at Gogeta here. Look at this. This is sick. Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan God Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4. I'm just gonna select. Look, you got the Super Saiyan 5s here. Goody Dean. So we'll just do Goku here. We'll do God Goku. We'll do God Vegeta. Is there a God Gohan? There's not. Is there a God Trunks? There's not. Super Saiyan 3 Future Gohan. I'm curious if there's any extra gods. I just want to triple check and make sure. That'll work. Want it? No. Oh, I'll take that. Actually, no. We'll... I'll take that as well. There is a Super Saiyan Blue Gokon. I can't remember the character. Alright. That's all we're picking. And we'll fight a whole bunch of villains that I know I haven't fought. Gotta love Dragon Ball, right? Yeah, we'll just fight a whole bunch of just miscellaneous villains. How about that? Or why don't we do this? Let's fight all the gods. Here they are. We'll fight Awan. I think this is the God of Destruction of Universe 1, I think. Liquor. I think that's like Universe 7 or 8, I think. I might not have enough, actually. Or there might not be enough. But we'll do this. We'll fight enough of them. And then we'll finish it off with the Grand Priest. How about that? Wait, I can fight another Beerus? Let's fight. Yeah, it's a great game. This is really just Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Tweeted me a link on the Bird app. I'll have to check it out. Dragon Ball time. I remember when they used to have these types of... Yeah, Android, yeah. Dude, well, you can still get into it. Hey, guess what? I'm getting my mom into Dragon Ball right now. We're like 10 episodes in. Do you remember Kai with Yamamoto? Yamamoto, for sure. 100%. Got him. This is just the Super Saiyan 2 animation. Exactly, Mike.
Let's start. Round 2.
That was definitely not the right voice. Still definitely not the right voice. Okay. What? No, I can see your comments, Lucid. When I was choosing characters, I wasn't looking at chat for a while, so that might have been it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Here we go. Kakarot. I need Kakarot on my PC. I don't think I have it on my PC. A lot of these are just reused animations. My mom is not Master Roshi's biggest fan, but she's slowly getting used to the comedy. My mom is pretty old-fashioned when it comes to cartoons. She loves things like Speed Racer, but that's like the farthest she got. Like when it came to anime, was like Speed Racer. But she loves cartoons like Looney Tunes and stuff like that. So it's not like she's like a prude, but you know, a lot of things that are normally deemed like inappropriate, they're not like her favorite things. So it's so far her least favorite part about Dragon Ball so far, but she's getting used to the comedy, and a lot of it she's finding funny. So that's a good thing.
Just getting started.
Yeah, viewers go up, right? Yeah. What? Get out of town. What? He rolled that one. All right. Oh, exactly. No, I understand, and I explained that to her as well. I explained that you have to understand this is a show that was made in another country, where even though, yes, it's for children, but they had different standards of what is acceptable for children there. So just understand there might be things in this that you might find inappropriate, but it's not that they're inappropriate necessarily. It's just that it was just made for two different markets. So she understands. It's not that she's offended. It's just that she just doesn't find that style of humor to be very funny. That's it. But she's slowly getting used to it. I'm back, yeah. Future Gohan SSJ2. Hey, what's up, guys? Future Gohan SSJ2 here. Any New Year's resolutions? Just to do more things. Dude, if Sparking Zero had this gameplay style, I don't think it would have had the flack that it got. I like Sparking Zero, but I do agree with a lot of the complaints that get said about it. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. Na, 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 na. Super Gallic Gun. There was a time limit this whole time. Damn it. I got dumbbells for Christmas. That's it. Christmas is when you become an adult. Christmas is it's not like there's 100 things under the tree like when you're growing up. It doesn't. Yeah, I got dumbbells. That's what I got for Christmas this year. What's up, Two-Headed Duck? Storytelling, manga versus comic books, which is better? That's impossible to say. All right, we played one, so we'll get out of this. And what was the other thing we said we were going to play a little bit of? Oh, Billy and Mandy, that's right. I think I can play one round of that. If only because, which by the way, if those who don't know, my cousin made this game, the Billy and Mandy game for PS2. He also made the Ed, Ed, Eddy game for PS2 as well. Thanks, Kugias. Yeah, I know. I've always been thinking about like making kind of like a troll video, not like a real troll video, but kind of like a one video where I start the video out being like, "What's going on, everyone? Future Gohan SSJ2 here." Just kind of like the old days. And they'd be like, "Wait a minute, that's not me." Anyways, or something. I don't know. I know. I can't, dude. I hate how it's the default setting. It's so dumb. I really don't even know why arena fighters include a time limit. Who plays an arena fighter and is like, oh, thank God there's a time limit? Who says that? Who says that? Who has ever played an arena fighter and said, oh, thank God there's a time limit? Why do we keep doing this in video games? I don't understand. Right. Thank you, Ken. Exactly. He says he got some deodorant and some money. Dude, that is Christmas when you become an adult. What'd you get? Yeah, I think I got like, I don't know, like a pack of gum or something. Yeah, like that. Like that's Christmas when you get older. Yeah, you're like, yeah, a friend of mine got me a soda from the gas station on his way to our party. You know, that's Merry Christmas. Well, that's good, Cookie Us. I'm glad you get that. I would say though, for most people, when they get older, it's not not like that. I would say. You know the crossover between yeah, I love that one. It's a great one. I still have the VHS tape of that. A timer originates from arcades. Yeah, I know, but they need to get with the times. Nobody does that anymore.
Billy! I love you! Grim!
Let's reap!
Erwin!
Totally awesome, yo!
Let's just have them brawl.
No mercy.
Got the Nintendo Switch. Well, that's cool. When you get older, and look, the other thing too is like, who do you live with? You know, what is your living situation like? You know, I live alone. I don't live with anybody, so there's no one to really get me anything, except for like a friend. Oh my God, I gotta go to the bathroom again, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. I will resume this when I get back from the bathroom. Give me 1 minute.
Who brings warmth to the show and make sure
Mandy
that the
was
show
real.
never
Give me just a
strays
minute,
too
y'all.
far from the emotional storytelling. The relationship between Brendan and his mum is healthy and comforting. We all need a mum like Paula. Now, visually, her movies had to evolve over its run. Early episodes used squiggle vision, which of course is a low-budget animation style in which the characters' outlines are just constantly wiggling. Now, some viewers found it distracting. I personally really like squiggle vision. I just think it's really unique, and it definitely added to the series' handmade charm. But the later seasons transitioned to flash animation, giving the show a much cleaner and conventional look, while still preserving its lo-fi personality. Now, beneath its humour, her movies does carry a surprising amount of weight. It subtly addresses themes of childhood insecurity, of course creative expression, and just the messy realities of growing up, which every single one of us face. Brendan's films often mirror his internal struggles, allowing the show to balance comedy with, I guess you could say, an introspection on Brendan's life. In this way, the series creates a mix of silliness and also sincerity that would later define much of Adult Swim's programming over the years. Though her movies ended after only 4 seasons, its legacy is significant. It definitely paved the way for the other comedies on Adult Swim, and it influenced the turn of later series. It also provided a huge launching pad for the careers of its creators. Now, Lauren Bacall would go on to develop Bob's Burgers, which kind of brought this style of humour to a wider audience, while H. Jon Benjamin's voice work became iconic in both Archer and, of course, Bob's Burgers as well. Brendan Small didn't stop here. He later created Metalocalypse, which is another Adult Swim favourite, that showcased his talents in both comedy and music, which stay tuned because we're going to talk about that masterpiece later on. Her movies was definitely the perfect start for the network, but it wasn't the only show that was there upon launch. I've spoken about shows like Space Ghost and C-Lab and The Brak Show in my Cartoon Network video. They were all kind of existing maybe before her movies, but technically her movies is the first Adult Swim show that ever premiered under the Adult Swim banner. But little did we know, one show was going to take Adult Swim to the next level, a groundbreaking show which featured food.
Daddy?
Next door. Jackass.
When Adult Swim launched in 2001, it quickly became synonymous with experimental comedy. and I think no show embodied that more than Aqua Teen Hunger Force. The show was created by Dave Willis and Matt Malaria, I think that's how you pronounce his name. The series ran for over a decade, from 2000 to 2015, with later revivals, and it became one of Adult Swim's earliest and most recognisable cartoons. Aqua Teen Hunger Force not only entertained, but it also redefined what animated TV could look like and sound like in the 2000s. The show is based around the central characters of the show, which is a milkshake named Master Shake, a box of french fries with mystical powers called Frylock, and a wad of meat called Meat Wad. They hardly fit into any traditional sitcom stereotypes. Now, the show was originally conceived as a spoof of superhero team shows, but the trio abandoned any crime-fighting premise after the first few episodes. Instead, they decided to engage in insane and often nonsensical storylines in their New Jersey neighborhood. My favorite character from the show is Carl why did they name him that? That guy, yeah. He's an abrasive middle-aged man, frequently found himself at the target of the Aqua Teen's chaos. He serves as both the foil and the victim, which I want to feel bad for Carl, but damn, him getting destroyed and hurt is just so goddamn funny. This show is an acid trip, man. I genuinely can't explain why it's so good. Maybe my brain's just fried, who knows. But what made Aqua Teen Hunger Force stand out was its deliberate rejection of sitcom stereotypes. Episodes often began with a loose setup, only then to just unravel into complete insanity, and ending without resolution or a definitive conclusion. The characters mostly just ignored the plot lines, and the conflicts escalated into surreal and often very violent conclusions. Rather than aiming just for the traditional narrative, the series embraced randomness and absurdist humour as a guiding factor. Now, stylistically, the show leaned into its low-budget aesthetic. The limited animation with static backgrounds and very simple character animation was not a criticism, it was a feature of the show. By keeping the visuals minimal, the writing and voice performances became the focal point of the cartoon. The voice actors included Dana Schneider, who voiced Master Shake, Kerry Means, who did a fantastic job as voicing Frylock, and Dave Willis, who voiced Meatwad. These three created a vocal dynamic that carried the most nonsensical scripts. The fact these guys made some fast food items become so iconic, it's definitely a testament to the talent of the voice actors. The crudeness of the animation and the humour usually felt like a middle finger to mainstream animation. Aqua Teen Hunger Force embraced chaos and definitely was chaos. Many episodes laughed at consumerism, fast food culture, and the suburban neighbourhood life, though often in very indirect ways. The sheer chaos of the villains like the Moonites, who are pixelated extraterrestrials who taunt Earthlings with childlike insults, and the occasional dose of Moonawana. These guys just made the show's batshit crazy spirit go to the next level. The craziness of the show resonated with late night audiences, especially young adults who was drawn to content that broke rules and resisted the formula. The series also left a cultural footprint. Back in 2007, a guerrilla marketing stunt for the Aqua Teen Hunger Force colon movie for theaters led to a bomb scare in Boston, which threw the show into mainstream headlines. Yeah, it was controversial, but the incident underscored the program's unique place in pop culture. A scrappy underground feel cartoon just out of nowhere exploded into the mainstream broader public consciousness, which I guess the term exploded is kind of funny when it's talking about this. Now, over its run, the show spawned spin-offs like Soul Quest Overdrive. It had specials, revivals, and a movie, cementing its status as one of Adult Swim's defining properties. And for its time, it was Adult Swim's most iconic show that had been produced. As Adult Swim evolved into the place for experimental animation, Aqua Teen Hunger Force is definitely up there. Aqua Teen Hunger Force helped build that reputation. It's definitely more than just a cult favourite. It proved that cartoons could just make no sense and still be enjoyable. This show was pretty groundbreaking. It turned junk food into beloved characters, and it turned complete nonsense into humour which entertained millions. By 2002, Adult Swim had already become a cult phenomenon among college students and night owls, signalling that Cartoon Network had finally tapped into a new audience. By the mid-2000s, Adult Swim was expanding rapidly. In 2004, the block became a nightly fixture. It was no longer confined to Sunday and Thursday night. At the same time, it began acquiring anime, that introduced many Western viewers to Japanese animation, with shows such as Cowboy Bebop and Full Metal Alchemist. Now for many fans, this was their first exposure to anime. I know it was definitely mine. Adult Swim's role in popularizing anime in the United States and elsewhere cannot be overstated. Around this time, Adult Swim also broadcast non-original shows, like King of the Hill, Futurama, and even Family Guy, which back in the 2000s was a huge reason for Family Guy's revival back in 2005. More original series started to come out, and in 2005, one of the best series premiered, The Venture Bros. The Venture Bros first premiered on Adult Swim in 2003. At first, it appeared to be a simple parody of the 1960s and 70s adventure cartoons like Jonny Quest, with very obvious and easy comparisons between the two. Yet, over its 7-season run from 2003 to 2018, the series evolved into one of the most ambitious shows in Adult Swim's history. The show was created by Jackson Public and co-written with Doc Hammer. The Venture Bros combined humour and genuinely entertaining character arcs in a way that set it apart from the largely absurdist episodic comedies that defined Adult Swim in the early days. The series follows Dr. Thaddeus, also known as Rusty Venture, who's a washed-up former boy adventurer turned into an unsuccessful scientist. He has 2 sons, Hank and Dean, and along with their alpha Johnny Bravo-like bodyguard, Brock Sampson, who's voiced by Patrick Warburton. The family encounters an endless roster of supervillains and rival adventurers. What begins as a comedic spoof of adventure tropes quickly develops into a huge exploration of failure and the complicated lives of the cast. One of the most notable things about the Venture Bros is the way that it mixes parody and comedy with real-life character development, and they all have emotional weight. When the show first began, it just seemed like a straightforward joke, an old Hanna-Barbera style adventure cartoon. The show would usually poke fun at the old style of TV. But as the series went on, it became clear that there was much more.
I've returned once more.
Characters who started out as simple spoofs grew into people with complicated lives. They had flaws.
Simpsons Hit and Run remaster. Let's jump back into this. Sorry, y'all. It's that time of the year. What's up, Zachary? Just making sure I didn't miss anything on chat. 31 folks in here. Dang, all while I was in the bathroom. I don't know, bad luck on my part, huh? Sorry. I'm back. All right. Let's get into this. It's been, ooh, y'all. Let me tell you, the winter season has been hitting me in more ways than one. I will leave it at that. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Who's ready? Yahoo! Oh.
Breaking things makes me feel so alive!
I don't like mixing business with pleasure, but I'm really going to enjoy this.
He's really going to enjoy this.
1620s of damage on your butt!
I feel the need. The need for bleed.
3, 2.
Bro, Ken, look, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, get out of town. Oh! Yeah, we need to get Mandy out of here. We got to get Irwin out of here. Okay. Doing really good, to be honest. Well, anyway, I think we just lost our first life. Yeah. Okay. Other than that, we're doing good.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mainly wanted to just kind of just choose the main game. All right, so Mandy's almost out of here. I feel like Irwin is gonna be the problem. Yeah, I need to stay clear of this one. Let them take care of Irwin. Well, they just took care of me. Okay, well now they took care of Irwin.
The learner, but now I am the master.
Uh-oh. I'm telling you, Irwin is the problem. We gotta get rid of Irwin now. What do we die? Is that what that was? Okay. Is anyone else seeing the dead Boskov on the frickin' ground? Is anyone else seeing that? Look, it's Boskov! His brain is still attached! Me too, I love Evil Component. One round of Family Feud. Yeah, get Irwin out of here, bro. Get that guy out of here. Get his ass, Grib. Wow, that killed me? My goodness. We gotta get new Irwin's. Irwin is the problem.
I love the smell of meat.
Yeah, get Irwin. Get Irwin.
Billy's ugly friend.
Player 2 needs ham badly.
I love the smell of meat.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
I love this soundtrack, by the way. Alright, so Grim's out of here. Now it's just me and Irwin. Destroy yourself! Yeah. Boskov.
Ham badly.
Oh, 1,000%, Mike. 1,000%.
Billy loses.
Billy loses.
Yeah, dog. Yo, mama.
Thanks. I keep closing completely out of it, and I don't want to do that. I know, I love Boskov. Dun, 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 dun. What are we playing here? Alright, fine. I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh! I hate this game. I know I love Irwin's grand. What was her name? Grandmama, I think. I don't think so. Dude, I think one of my favorite characters from Billy and Mandy is Dracula. No, we don't suck blood. We scrape and lick. So, dude, so funny. He's so funny. I literally have that that like clip like in my phone, just ready to send it whenever I need to. Link to a new game on the Bird app. Okay, I'll check it out. We probably don't have time this stream, so I might have to wait till next year. Remember we yeah, the rap battle, I remember. Game control on the Wii version of Billy and Mandy. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that with a lot of games that are on there. See, I'm telling you guys, it's this cord again. Can't pick any other studios. Random. Pick a random family. I think... I don't know. Average. Yeah, you're correct. Oh my god. Why can't I remember his... If he tells us the voice of Samurai Jack, yeah.
It's time for family.
Philomar. Sounds good. What game is it, David? A Danny-like person and I could be the Aaron. Would you guys like that? Would you guys like a Game Grumps style channel with me?
Let's go.
I've tried uploading gaming content to the channel and it's never been popular.
Time. It's the face-off. You've got to think quickly here to give me a good answer as fast as you can.
Why is everybody here so
Give the
old?
top answer, and you can choose to play or pass. If not, the other family gets a guess too. All right. Good luck, you guys. We've surveyed 100 people.
Their hair
Top
is glitching
answers
out.
are on the board. Give me the most popular answer. Something that starts with the word egg.
Egg. Plant.
Survey says
Okay.
it's up there.
What do you guys say, Eggs
There are
Benedict?
5 higher answers remaining. You're going to pass? Well, sometimes it's hard to think of an answer, isn't it? And now you're going to play or pass?
Eggs.
Pass?
I'll pass it. I don't know that many words that... Egg.
I asked you to name
Eggs?
something that starts with the word egg.
Is it eggs? Is eggs number 1? Egg yolk? That's 2 words.
We've still got 6 answers left.
What?
Good question.
It's not even playing by its own rules.
Something that starts with the word egg.
Egghead.
That's a good answer, but what does the survey say?
Excellent. Just start naming puns.
There are 5 answers left on the board.
Hey, PR.
I wanted you to name.
Oh, really? It better be Billy and Mandy. Egg Foo Young?
There are 4 answers left on the board. Let's carry on. You were asked to name something that starts.
Guys,
with
I
the word
think we're
egg.
cooked.
Sometimes it's
I
hard
don't
to
know
think,
any of
isn't it?
these.
That's a strike.
What is Egg Foo Young?
4 answers still up on the board. Let's carry on. We asked you to name something that starts with the word.
I bet you it's eggs. I bet you it's eggs. She said eggnog. I know eggnog is up there. It has to be.
3 answers remain. I asked you to name something that starts with the word egg.
Eggo, that better not be up there.
There are 2 answers still up on the board.
They're not even playing by their own rules. Name a word that starts with eggs. Here's a word. Here's 2 words. What? So there's cheating. Egg. There's 2 words.
Survey says
That's 2 words. It's cheating. It's complete cheating.
I asked you to name
I hate this game.
the word egg. A tricky question, and you've decided to pass. You don't want another one of those.
I have no idea. There's no way we can. There's no way we can even guess.
1 answer remains. You've got 2 strikes. You need to do this.
I'm gonna guess Eggs
You were asked
Benedict.
to name
Egg.
starts with the word egg.
Egg Hunt. No. It, well, I guess it could be eggs. Here's egg salad.
It's up there, you're still alive. If not, then all those points might be stolen. Is it on the board?
This is some bullshit. Just straight up. Like, this is just not fair. I have, yeah, in a sec.
Who will take control? Come and join me for the face-off. And we're ready now for the second
Eggplant
question.
parmesan.
Something a photographer uses other than a camera.
A tripod for the camera.
Let's see if it's there. It's up there, but there's one higher answer remaining.
Oh yeah, Ken? Are you sure you don't want egg foo young? Are you sure?
Survey said.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
There we have it. The number one answer.
Flash?
Or pass.
It said name something a photographer uses other than a camera. So you chose a setting that's on the camera.
Other than a camera.
What is this? This is not even fair. I don't lens.
Survey says.
Oh, of course. I should have said. The zoom. I should have said the zoom function on the camera. That's probably up there.
You were asked to name.
Let's do it. Let's put zoom. The zoom function.
Than a camera.
How does voice, right? Photographer. Hey, move a little closer to the left. Move a little over here. His voice.
Time to see what the board says. One more strike and you'll lose control of the.
I swear to God, if all the other answers are just other functions on the camera, I'm gonna be so frustrated.
There are 4 answers still up on the board. Time for a really good answer now.
I'm gonna put zoom. I'm gonna put zoom. What is going on with this lady here? My goodness, she's got a lot going on in that face.
Photographer uses other.
Zoom.
You need it to be there, or you could lose the points. That's a good
But
answer.
billing?
But
What
does
is
the
billing?
survey say? Really?
Insanity. And complete and utter insanity.
The other family gets a chance to steal the points.
Just so stupid.
Better make it.
I guess I must be terrible at this. But they're not even playing by their own rules. Name a word that starts with egg. Here's a 3-word answer. Oh, it's up there? Of course it is. All of these things go in the camera. What are you talking about? The question was, what does a photographer use that is not a camera? Okay, lights. That's a good answer. But the film goes in the camera. Light detect. Okay.
Let's see number 6. First family
What?
points wins the game.
Name something a photographer uses other than a camera. A video camera. It's still a camera! What is this?
Come join me for the face-off. Let's make it more exciting. Let's double the points. A type of person who carries a sword.
Type of person who carries a sword. A samurai.
Let's see if it's there.
Isn't that insane? Oh, samurai's not even number 1? What? Okay, what's number 1 Family Feud for the PS2? What's number 1? What is it? The lawnmower?
Is it on the board? Answer. Would you like to play?
Maybe? I mean, yes, they used swords.
You were asked to name a type of person who carries a sword.
A marine?
Survey
I mean, I guess
said-
I suppose it depends on the year. I know they definitely don't use swords now.
2 answers remain. Okay. I asked you to name a type of person who carries a sword.
A musketeer?
Survey said.
That's not a sword. What? Is that okay? I was also thinking fencer, Advanced Hell.
Remains. points.
Is that a sword at the end of a musket? I don't think so.
Sword. So you're going to pass.
I'm pretty sure it's a machete.
All right, that's one.
And I'm pretty sure a machete is not a sword.
There's one answer still up on the board. We asked you to name a type of person who carries a sword. A tricky question, and you've decided to pass.
Is it a tricky question?
That's 2 strikes, you guys.
Chat.
There's one answer left on the board.
Yeah, Vikings. I don't
One
know.
strike, and you'll lose control of the question.
Vikings. I was also thinking a fencer. I was thinking somebody who fences. It's terrible, Mike. Look, there's a reason why I stopped playing this game a long time. It's because the game sucks. A gladiator? I mean, sure.
And you're still alive. If not, you lose control. Is it there?
I hate this game, dude. I fucking hate this game. This game sucks. Honestly, though, that was not a bad set of answers. But Musketeer? That isn't a sword. I could be completely wrong in that, but I'm like 90% certain it's not a sword. Is that it? Okay, well, we just, that's it. We're done. They were like, all right, you're out of here. So, all right, we got 8 minutes. I'll try this one more time. The CPU clankers. I feel good, David. I feel good. Oh, you're Kimberly Ann Hart, right? That's right. You have the Switch 2. Very nice. I want it. I don't want it. Like, I don't want it enough to, like, go out and buy it right now. But, like, I'd like to have one eventually. Oh, I'm sure it is good, Mike. This one is ass. I can't stand this one. And, like, this game has so many issues. Like, even when you're typing in an answer, like, the timer doesn't stop. The timer keeps going. It's so annoying. And they only give you, like, 10 seconds. 10 seconds!
Thank you very much, and welcome to the Family Feud. Let's see who's
We might not have time for a round of racing.
You've got to think quickly here to give me a good answer as fast as you can.
You gotta think quickly here.
And you can choose to play or pass. If not, the other family gets a guess too.
The Wii U, too.
All right, good luck, you guys. We've surveyed 100 people. The top answers are on the board. Give me the most popular answer. Something that people spread.
I might not have enough time to fit the whole thing in. No, I think I do.
The survey says...
I was thinking the same thing too. Dude, that better not be up there. Alright. You don't spread peanut butter? Really? Out of 5 answers. What else do you spread? Jelly? If jelly's up there and peanut butter's not, we riot. Anarchy starts today.
I wanted you to name something that people spread. Let's see if our survey agrees.
What did he say? Mayonnaise? I mean, sure.
3 answers remain. Okay. I wanted you to name something that people spread.
Rumors? Okay.
Let's see if our survey agrees.
I just set the controller down, by the way.
Still up on the board. I wanted you to name
We're not going to have time to play.
spread. Time to see what the board says. We've still got one
Woo!
answer. I wanted you to
What?
name
You know the old saying, can't beat 'em, join 'em, right?
spread.
Germs. If that answer is up there,
Of the game, yours? Let's see if it's there.
okay. Let me get this straight. So, spreading disease, right? And spreading germs were both up there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the process of spreading a disease, it isn't the only way you're able to spread that disease is by spreading your germs that carry that disease? Or am I wrong in that? Is that not accurate? So did technically they not include the same answer up there twice? Rocky Rock says germs and disease are... That's what I thought. Am I crazy or am I not crazy? Hold on a minute, though. Okay. All right. All right. This game's pause menu? Okay. All right. Game sucks, but dude, this menu music? All right.
It's still anybody's game, but $20,000 could be anyone's.
COVID. This game came out in like 2006.
Time to see
Who made this game? I really couldn't tell you. Some guy, some company that's probably bankrupt now.
The worst part about going to the beach.
If sand is not number one, we riot. If sand is not the number one answer,
Is it there? That's the number one answer. Are you going to take control now, or
dude, this
are you
fucking
going to
music
pass it over?
is so good. Let's play. Let's play. Because look, if we don't play, we lose. They just have every answer.
The worst part
This game is
about
peak
going to the
gaming.
beach.
Let's start sharks. That's a pretty bad thing about going to the beach, I would say. Sharks. Wouldn't like to see a shark at the beach. Seagulls are pretty bad because they poo on you.
One strike. 4 answers remain. You were asked to name the worst part.
I also hate
going
sand.
To the beach.
I also said sharks. Okay, someone in the chat said, I don't know about seagulls. Seagulls might be annoying only because they can poo on you. And because they're like, all the time.
Is it up
It's not up there. Every answer we pick is not going to be up there. Why? I don't even know why I'm trying. I really don't. I could pick the most... because, you know why? I'm going at this completely different. I'm trying to pick answers that are actually intelligible.
Need to do this.
And I should actually just pick stupid answers.
The worst part about going to the beach.
Someone chat said crabs. I think that's a great answer, but we're playing Family Feud for the PS2, so...
You could lose control here. If you do, the points could be stolen.
I also see people saying
That's a good
jellyfish.
answer,
That could
but
be
what
one.
does the survey say?
Moss, it could be a good one. Of course it's not up there. Of course it's not up there. Of course, Egg Foo Young is gonna be up there. Oh, I forgot.
The points are yours.
How silly of me. Name a word that begins with egg. Here's 3 words. It's up there. Nice. Glad we're playing the same game here. Crowded. Okay. Is it though? I mean, I guess I suppose it can be.
Let's see number 2.
Okay.
Show me number 4.
Did they just not answer? Parking?
What's number 5? First team to 300 points gets a shot at the $20,000.
What? Hot sandwich. Hot sandwich.
Come and join me for the face-off. There's more up for grabs.
Wait a minute. Wait. I hold on. I have to let my mind process. Hot sandwich. What is it? What? What are you talking about? What are you what? You're at the beach. I don't understand. Hot sandwich. Oh, what's the sandwich? If it's a chicken sandwich or a cheeseburger or I don't understand. Something people do with their index finger. Pick
Is it there? Good answer, but it's not the most popular.
Hot, dude, bro. Hot, dude. That's gonna be my new answer for everything. This is gonna be my new answer. Hey, how's the weather? Ooh, hot sandwich. Let me tell you, man.
Pass or play? It's your choice.
What kind of plans you got for today? Don't even get me started. Hot sandwich. You know what I mean? Let's play.
It is. Back to the question. I asked you to name something people do with their index finger.
If I had to take a wild guess, is it point?
Is it top? I say it should be. That's a good answer, but what does the survey say? We've still got one answer left.
All right, y'all. What are we doing with an index finger?
Something people do with their index finger.
I don't know. What is this called? Whittle it? Whittle it? Move it? I'm gonna say whittle it. There's no way this is on there. What is this when you're like, what is that?
2 more strikes.
Wiggle? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, wiggle it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Sniff it?
One
Maybe.
answer left on the board.
Index finger push-ups?
All right.
Wish I had a hot sandwich right now. What's up, Prixity?
Something people do with their index finger.
Sniff it? Yeah, maybe. Sniff it?
Is it on the board?
No, index finger, not middle finger. This one.
One answer remains. Time for a really good answer now. I wanted you to name something people do with their index finger. Get this, and you're still alive. If not,
Point
you
was
lose
number 1.
control.
Touch, that might have been a good one.
This always shakes
Well,
the
yeah, I feel like touch, though, is kind of more of like a hand thing as opposed to a finger thing. But I'm not sure.
You're going to pass? Well, sometimes it's hard to think of an answer, isn't it?
Oh, they passed. Okay, good.
Number 4.
Okay. Listen to this music. You can't tell me this wasn't some, like, background music for, like, a hidden level in, like, some Batman Beyond game. Also, Poke. Okay. That's fair.
It's still anybody's game. The $20,000 could be anyone's.
Tap, that's a good one. Tap, yeah, like you're tapping on the, yeah. Yeah, Poke is crazy.
Who takes control with the face-off?
The face-off.
I have no option. I'm going to triple the points. A sport that doesn't require a lot of equipment.
Tennis? I would say tennis.
Is it there?
Okay.
There are 4 answers.
Agreed, no, but can you hear what I'm saying? How it kind of sounds like it's like a video game level background music, like a Batman Beyond game. Yeah, I was gonna say soccer.
Got a higher answer. Play or pass? What are you going to do?
Dude, honestly, Advanced, this game sucks. Out of all of the Family Feuds, dude, even the one for like Super Nintendo is way superior to this. Look at her hand, my god. It's basketball, I bet you. I bet you it's basketball. Because basketball, I mean, you really only have like a jersey. Basketball's got to be like number 1.
This could well be the top
Boxing,
answer.
boxing.
Let's see if it's on
Pickleball,
the board.
kickball. Bowling. Bowling's a great answer.
Three answers remain.
Boxing's a great
I
answer.
asked you to name a sport that doesn't require a lot of equipment.
Esports? I don't think esports were around. Let's say bowling. Was bowling here? Hold on. Was like bowling an official sport that like recognized as an official sport though by this time?
Let's see if it's there.
Chef's Love Shack.
That's one
Is that the
strike.
South Park game?
Really? I thought it would be there.
Yeah, I thought it would be
Three
there.
answers left.
Baseball,
All
maybe.
right, on with the show. I asked you to name
Football. I feel like football has a lot of equipment, right? You got a helmet, you got shoulder pads. I feel like football has a lot of equipment, especially compared to some of these other ones. Baseball, you just kind of have what? Like a. Well, you might have. It depends on your position, I guess.
You don't want another one of those. There are 3 answers left on the board. You've got 2 strikes.
No, I don't really care for the Avatar movies, to be honest with you.
All right. You were asked to name a sport that doesn't require a lot of equipment.
Let's say football. Let's just say football. Why would I even be shocked if it was up there? Why would I even be shocked? I mean, what are we even doing here? Let's just say football. It's probably up there just because it doesn't make any sense.
If it's there, you're still alive. Otherwise, the other family gets a chance to steal. That's a good answer, but what does the survey say? It's not there, but what a good answer.
What a good answer.
One correct answer, and the other family gets the points. Get this right, and the points are yours. You won't get enough points to win, but you'll still have a chance when we go to sudden death. Let's see number 2. Show me number 3. Anybody can still win this. It's not over until one family gets 300 points.
Tra-la-la banana ass.
Come join me for
Wrestling.
the face-off. I'm looking for the
Sudden
top
death.
answer because it's sudden death. All right, there's one answer to get here. Buzz in and guess what it is.
We're not going to get it. It doesn't even matter how easy the answer is. We'll
Takes
never
the
get it.
game. A famous person who has a lot of tattoos.
Chat. All right, chat. A famous person that has a lot of tattoos. Night, Advanced L. Real quick, though, before you go. Who's a famous person that's got a lot of tattoos? I know swimming is a sport. But it, like when you think like sport that doesn't require a lot of equipment, I mean, especially when you think sport, those are just not the ones you think of immediately. Jackie Chan has tattoos. Lil Wayne, Hulk Hogan. Does Hulk Hogan have tattoos? Joker. The machete guy? Oh, Danny Trejo? Who's famous for having tattoos, though? Mr. Rogers? Does he have tattoos? What's up, John? Quick, name someone who's famous for having tattoos. Ren and Stimpy Reboot Comedy Central. Michael Myers. Tommy Lee. Oh, you might be right. Tommy Lee. I think you might be right. I actually think you really might be right with that, actually.
Survey said, I'm afraid it's not up there.
Who is it?
You're going to pass? Well, sometimes it's hard to think of an answer, isn't it? No correct answers means it's time for another question.
Oh, good.
The scariest thing in the film The Wizard of Oz.
The guy who hung himself in the back. Can I say that? Is that an answer? Okay, what's the scariest thing in Wizard of Oz, y'all? Is it the monkeys? Probably the monkeys, right? The asbestos? What is that? The Tin Man is not the scariest thing in Wizard of Oz. The screaming heads? I don't know if I even remember that. The witch? Is the witch scary? I would think it's the monkeys. Alright, I'll go with chat. Chat's mostly saying the witch. Ton of asbestos. Oh, okay. The witch. I'll just say the witch, I guess. I don't know. I would think it's the monkeys. But hey.
The survey says... You're going to pass? Well, sometimes it's hard to think of an answer, isn't it? No correct answers means it's time for another question. Something you'd find in a golf bag.
A golf ball? Well, let me put club. Because it's a bag.
Let's see if it's there.
Get out of here, dude!
Is it on the board?
What'd he say?
You got it!
Yep. Okay, I don't know where the picture of that guy went, but... What are these? What are these? Huh? What are those? Yep. So this whole bag, which by the way is this exact size for no other reason than holding golf clubs. That is why this bag is even this size. By the way, it is this size specifically to fit golf clubs. And the answer was balls. And that's where we end the stream for tonight, everyone. Everyone, this was the last stream of 2025. Hopefully everyone has an amazing 2026. There's going to be so much more in store for all of us, not just me, not just you. We're all in this still together. We're going to be ending 2025 together, and we're going to be starting 2026 together. So let's make it a good year. Let's make it a good decade. And yeah, it's golf balls. Come on, who didn't think it was golf balls? Of course. This big old bag? Nah, for the clubs? No. No way. It's for the balls. Get out of town. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, and I'll see everyone in 2026. See you guys later.